was born a bodybuilder and I will die a bodybuilder. This is the #1 bodybuilding show in the world. It was really spectacular. We're gonna go up to $500,000 for the winner next year.
Welcome to Fit Club Vegas, the ultimate fitness destination for visitors. Drop in for a day pass and experience our 10,000 square foot fitness playground. At Fit Club, you'll find state-of-the-art equipment and a sound system so good you'll pitch your headphones. Conveniently located 7 to 12 minutes from the Las Vegas Strip, Fit Club is a perfect spot for you to come get your pump while visiting Sin City. So come check us out at 4525 West Hacienda, Las Vegas, Nevada. Fit Club Vegas, more than a gym, it's a vibe.
3, 2, 1, we are back in business.
Welcome back, boys.
Welcome back,
It's been
boy.
a long layoff.
Yes, you've been traveling all over the world.
But you know, I'm going to
man.
do something off script that you guys don't know.
Okay.
Special event.
It was your birthday,
Oh,
and we have a gift here from Vanessa's mom and myself for you.
only if you guys sing the song.
Jay, you want to sing happy to you? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Milos. Happy birthday to you.
I'm touched. all right, thank you.
And I know what you like in life, so
yeah, this is it.
that's from Vanessa's mom
Thank you, Mom. Yeah.
from South Africa.
Oh, there's
And
more.
Because I know you like,
Aha, I heard that thing.
I know you like, you're a sweet tooth.
Yeah.
So we
and
got
coffee.
You, I got you-
coffee, chocolate, and wine.
So that
What
is
else
the
does
that
that mean?
is the famous Dubai
Yeah.
chocolate,
The one that you told me about it,
Yes.
I never heard of. Yeah.
and that's coffee from Bali.
Yeah. So Jay already tasted it, so I don't need to open and share it, right? Yeah,
No,
there
he
you
doesn't
go.
got one yet. You're the first one that got one. So look at that. It's your birthday, so now you got
I
some
think you just
wine.
took a piece out of my freezer the other day. I had it in my freezer.
Okay, hold on a second. I must thank you, Vanessa. I love you. You're going for sushi 2 days from now. Anyway, I just must say now, when you said happy birthday, okay? So you know that video that I did, you inspire me for that Fit for 50.
Yeah.
Why don't you get in shape? And I didn't really want to accept it, but back on the mind, like, why not? He did it, so let me try it. And I wasn't really 100% far from it. But then when I went there to the gym and I got a good pump, like, let me look. I said, God damn, I don't look that bad, right? And then I shared it. I don't think that first video I even shared it with you, but I shared it with Dennis and Chris. So that day was the podcast, and he goes, "Oh, I'm posting it." I said, "Wait, let me take a diuretic."
So transparent.
Yeah. So if I was that close, I said, "Let me
You
do
sent
it."
me the before and after, actually.
Yeah, before and after. So there's a difference, right?
It's 10 pounds, dude.
Yeah, 10 pounds.
Yeah.
So as soon as I hang up the phone, I start, oh, shit, I need something that has to be fast. So Dazzler doesn't work. So I took a 2 milligram Biomex. And I went there, and I look close to the counter shape, like, God damn. So anyway, I post this because I'm so proud of it. I tag you too. Rock responded to it. Randy Coleman responded to it. You two didn't.
I haven't looked on social media in like a month.
I sent you a message. though.
I'm looking.
Why-
1,200 messages and no message from manager Matt and Jay.
He'd rather have a message from me than The Rock. Is that what you're trying to say?
Not exactly. You know what happened?
No,
to
I'm going to tell Dwayne, if you ever watch our podcast, I'm more important
Rod,
than you.
Yeah, first, he made my whole birthday.
Yeah.
So
You
as soo-
sent it to me.
So as soon as I've seen this, Rock? Holy shit, right? So thank God I screenshot it. And right away I'm bragging to Jay, to
You
Hunter.
sent it to me, yeah.
I sent it to you too, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I might send to a little bit.
200-300 people.
200 people.
Well, you
just
posted
in
it
case.
online. The whole world
So
saw.
no. I wasn't going to post it. But then, I'm driving to Vegas, and it's like, you know what? I need to pin this to the top. So while I'm driving, I can't do it. But then I said, Betty, let's switch. So she goes there to drive, and I'm right away sitting down. Okay, but before, if you remember, if you want to pin to the top, you move to the left, and then you have options
deleted it.
and pin.
You deleted it.
No. So now I'm thinking, I'm terrified. Maybe this is going to happen. She said, let me try with somebody else, right? So I try with somebody else. Oh, you can move, nothing happens. So I touch it, and it shows up, pin. So I only need to do is touch it. Okay. Here I go. Rock, touch it, poof, disappears.
Oh, no.
Imagine that shit. So I had to say this story because it's one of those moments. It's the story of my life. If I can fuck up something, I will.
And then it's the message from The Rock. It deletes it. So now Dwayne's going to look at it like, man, fuck
So
this
now
guy.
I'm thinking, what's up with this man? You know, like I compliment him and he
think you don't like
fucking
him?
deletes my message, right? Like, so I have to make
So you just
crystal clear.
DM him?
No, I didn't. Yeah, but you know what? Say, I'm just gonna make another post, and I'm gonna print it. What happened, right? And that I had deleted it, and then because I have a contacts here now, I don't see not even 70% with contacts. I didn't see that I misspelled delete, so I blasted all over the place with misspelled delete. So I'm 2 for 2. But anyway, so how do you excuse
edit it,
yourself?
you know.
How do you excuse? Ronnie gave me the compliment.
Because he sits on Instagram more than us.
I barely,
I'll make sure.
I ignored his.
And I apologize. I don't really look that often, and I'll go on and comment on it. I promise.
Yes, we sing a song. So
Did
we
Matt
sing it-
like it? Is the question. Did I like it?
I don't know. I never had a check.
Let me see. I'll tell you if I liked it or not.
How do you know that?
Because I can see it. It was be hearted.
Yeah, that one.
I probably like this.
Jack City, huh?
Great job, bro.
Shit.
What type
Diuretic.
of diuretic did you use? Send
where is
me
it?
A dozen.
It's not far off.
Huh?
It just happened like
Where is it?
a little bit down.
There, I just commented.
There you go. There you go.
Well, Milos
Hey, look at all
posted.
you. Look at,
I liked it.
Look at the
See, I
abs,
hearted
man.
it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Like it. So that's even
Sorry,
worse.
no, so-
That's even worse. You liked it. You didn't say a shit.
Milos just turned into
Like-
that guy to check to see
like-
if you commented. You didn't like my shit.
Yeah. My idol.
I think I commented. Hold on.
Ooh, I hope not. Because I was kind of scrolling down like Clark.
I think I did.
You know what? I hope you did because Milos just did a whole rant about you, and you probably commented you missed it.
Wish that would be a
Right now, we need that Seinfeld.
Yeah.
No, right there.
Oh my God.
Killing it as always 5 days ago. Bro. Apologize to me. Okay, look. Dude, and as a matter of fact, with 176 hearts.
Shit. Okay.
Milos, you're losing your swag, bro.
I missed it.
Well, fuck, what if I commented? Shit.
I missed
him.
it. Fuck you.
You didn't comment. Don't try to backtrack.
Yeah,
No,
Yeah.
no, I'm just going back to look.
Yeah.
I don't remember even looking.
Because I tag you guys. You're the only one that I tag.
See, I show you love all the time,
You do.
man.
You do. I had to say it. Except at one time, at the Arnold Classic speech, you know, I'm still bummed that you didn't thank the judges for letting you beat your idol.
Oh, no.
That was most significant
We have
victory.
a podcast.
Okay. Anyway.
So how was the weekend? Tell me. I won $400 on.
Did you?
Yes.
Oh,
You
really?
didn't respond to me, so should I be angry?
No, I didn't see
You
it.
didn't respond.
Because I always give him. I didn't see it. I was probably way too busy with the birthday
I sent you
and
a happy
everything.
birthday message. You didn't
I
respond.
put money on
Yeah.
Rob to win.
Yeah.
And you said you wouldn't have gave that to me.
Yeah.
Look at this. Look at this. This motherfucker.
This is the like.
Happy birthday, bro. I'm just in person, but I'll see you next. See you this week.
You're gonna see me next.
Straight.
Well, he was probably driving. I had the flat tire.
This was the day. This was the day before. This was on Saturday.
Oh, that's UFC fight. You think that I'm
I sent it
gonna
at 10 in the morning.
He was with everybody then.
He responds.
10 in the morning your time? You know, don't.
Look at Milos. He gets on us for he just
It's
ignores
like
us.
Habib and Daniel Cormier, you know, they're fighting, and Cormier is complaining, why don't you, invite me for barbecue? I said, what do you mean, brother? I invited you. No, you didn't. And then they looked at the phone and she did.
So you're just like that?
I had already too many strikes. I really thought you didn't post it. No,
So you know
I
what?
have to pin it to the top. Let me pin it to the top.
No, I will say this. The highlight of the weekend that I saw had nothing to do with the fight.
Uh-huh.
You got to meet Hezbollah.
Hezbollah, yeah. I was on the floor with them. Look, they had the whole floor. The Khabib's team was unbelievable.
Yeah.
59th floor. I went there. I had a pleasure and honor to be in Khabib's room and, see all the guys. Then I trained Islam's older brother, midnight. Hey, those guys are so busy. And then they still train, like full blast. The gym in that Hotel Intercontinental is next level.
What hotel was it?
Intercontinental.
Intercontinental.
Like, hey, it's not the gym for the hotels. It's like
That's probably why they put people.
Oh, it's like the one at the Hilton we stay at in Anaheim.
Yeah,
that's a great.
That's a good one. Do you remember the one in Edmonton?
Yeah,
that whole floor
they had
the
UFC. Yeah,
they had like
the UFC there though.
Yeah.
Same place.
In Edmonton. They have a whole floor. It's about 10,000 feet.
Yeah.
They got dumbbells up to
probably,
like 150.
Dana picks that because when we went to Saudi Arabia.
It's attached to the where the Edmonton Oilers play.
Yeah.
So when they bring athletes in, they have a full gym that's good enough for a professional athlete on the third floor of the hotel.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have given me that fight over Khabib's brother anyway, right?
Well, listen, I like both guys, of course.
Says he should have won. He thinks he should have won.
Really? I didn't see.
He said he should have won all these rounds that he didn't supposedly.
Oh, he won. I don't know if he said that. I don't want to say my. You see, this is how it is. We are not MMA experts, so it's just like somebody from out bodybuilding telling us how to judge the show.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't even want to go there.
I have no clue. I just watch.
I mean, I have a slight idea, but I'm not the accurate judge. As a matter of fact, I had a Junichiro Kamijo, great UFC judge, coming and watching with me many times. You might have, right? And then as he dissects it, it's completely different.
It's completely different.
Yeah, it's not what we are watching.
It's not always about how many shots. It's the damage. It's how they react. It's like
control, dominance, all kinds of stuff. But anyway, it was great card.
Did you did Dana fly right to Trump from there?
I don't know, but 99% sure.
I assume.
They usually, Hunter and Dana, they fly like a few hours after that press conference. Maybe a few minutes after that press conference.
Yeah, I saw something about the Nelk boys getting on the plane the next morning with Dana.
Next morning, then maybe they wait until the morning. But
the inauguration was today.
Show us from like until 11 o'clock or something. Yeah.
Did you watch the inauguration this morning?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
I told. I'm not a fan of any politician, but he did it. His speech was very good. It was very good.
He's the man. He's the prez.
And one thing that for people that like or dislike him, you have to wish the president to win. If you don't, well, then you're just an asshole. Because if he loses, guess what? We all lose. Mm-hmm. And too many people put their political party ahead of what's best for the country. And if he does a good job, then I hope he does. I hope he wins.
There's a great picture of Trump, Joe Rogan, and Dana that he posted, because I really do think that they're all three so influential, so powerful.
He won because of Joe Rogan, 100%.
Not 100%.
100%. Because Joe Rogan reaches people that might not have came out and voted, and he actually didn't sound like a politician. On Joe Rogan, he sounded like a normal person.
I say those three are shaping up the future.
Yes.
They're shaping up the world.
I believe wholeheartedly Joe Rogan is the reason. Mm-hmm. Because remember, it was very close before that. And once that came out, people looked at him as like a normal guy, not a fake politician that's just saying whatever. So, good for them.
Yeah. So anyway, fight was unbelievable, all the fights. And as you can imagine, last minute change again.
That's what I
imagine that stress that you have to go through.
I can't even.
Yeah. Hey, so I just have to say that Armand Sarukian is Armenian, and there is a huge community in Los Angeles, and then all these Armenians are flying into to watch him. Right.
Last minute.
Yeah. So No, last minute they're coming to watch him because it's already planned celebration parties. So I picked the Uber, and Uber, of course, is the Armenian guy. And you can sort of see like pissed out face, and he sees my UFC sign. I say, "You're going to do it?" Yeah. So what do you say about Arman? He says, "So he is never going to watch him again." He's pissed out because he has a family members here, and they were going to go enjoy the fight, and now he's not fighting. I said, "Man, he's hurt. He's in the hurt business. Yeah. What the hell?"
That's something that's always bothered me, and the NBA goes through this a lot.
Back, listen, when you have a championship fight and you can become what you dream of, there's no way you're pulling out for whatever reason because
it's got to be real.
You have a temperature,
It's something that I've noticed, and it bothers me with the NBA a lot now. These guys get paid all this money, and people go get tickets, and they bring their family, and then they find out their favorite person is not there. That's not him, but in general, people pay to see this. Like, we're going to LA this weekend for the Fit Expo, and the Celtics are playing the Lakers.
Oh yeah,
that's one of the biggest.
Dome?
No, in LA. That is one of the biggest. That's one of the biggest sports rivalries in history.
Clippers in
downtown.
No, the Celtics from Boston. They're the reigning champions, and the Lakers are there, and that's one of the biggest rivalries. But every time you look at a game now, you're going, well, is LeBron going to sit out? Is Anthony Davis going to sit out? Is one of the Celtic stars going to sit out? And you're going, well, I don't want to pay all this money and not see the stars, so I'm going to wait until the game time, and if they're all going to play, then I'll go scalp a ticket. Otherwise, I'm not going to go.
Larry Bird and Magic Johnson not playing anymore?
Not in the last 2 years. But it's still a huge rivalry all the way back to
So you're going to go watch it?
No, I don't get in because Thursday night.
Yeah, if you watch basketball over MMA, I would be offended for life.
Why?
Why? You say the MMA, the Hunter, Dana.
Yeah, but he'll go. Yeah, but he's from Boston. He goes and watch the Celtics game sometimes.
Go to a game once in a while. Yeah,
he did. Yeah, or if the Patriots came here, you went, didn't you?
I've been
when
to
they
that.
Came
no, I didn't. No,
Boston Celtics.
You went to Denver.
Went to a couple games, but I went to a college game that way when I went to USC Louisiana. So,
but at least I'm finally home.
Yeah,
that was a long trip, dude.
Any plane troubles?
No plane troubles. Actually, no. We really didn't have anything. Everything was smooth. In the last 7 weeks, I went to 8 countries, 16 flights, almost 40,000 miles. And it was an experience. I got to go to Cambodia for the first time in my life, which I've wanted to go to see Angkor Wat since I was a little kid. Went to the Philippines. I've been to Singapore before. Went to Bangkok. I stayed at the hotel where Hangover 2 was filmed. So I got to go sit on the rooftop and do the little pose. And then I went to South Africa for Christmas and New Year's. Went to Cape Town, and then I flew to Dubai to go have some meetings. And
unbelievable.
Now I'm back.
It was 6 weeks or more?
About 6 weeks. Like 6 weeks and 2 days.
And so long?
Yes and no. I don't sleep good unless I'm in my own bed. I never have. So I have a real hard time, and you can only go so long to where your body's just like, you're done. So getting home was like, I was happy to sleep in my own bed. I still am jet lagged. I wake up every morning about 3 a.m. still. But I'm sure this week I'll get over it. But it was good, though. I got to go spend time in Cape Town, which I would love to buy a house there one day.
You said.
Yeah. It's so beautiful. And definitely Vanessa's mom's like, Milos and Betty need to come, and Jay and Angie need to come.
We will.
Yeah.
100%.
So we'll all get down there one day. I don't know when. It's just 100%. Far. It's just super far.
Thank you, Mom.
So we did that, and and then while I was gone, talk about your Virginia appearance.
Yeah, so I did a gym that's called DMV Iron. Man, this guy Leo down there put together a crazy gym culture and hand-picked equipment. A lot of the old school stuff, like, the biggest sought-after pieces now, I know you have your deal with New Tech, and there's all these other brands now. Everyone's focused on the Panada brand, but people still are going after the flex equipments and, the old Hammer Strength or, Nautilus, like the old changer.
Carrying,
semi-carrying things, but, Cybex are some of them, but mainly the flex pieces. And he just put together a crazy gym there. I just came back. I was there last
Nautilus?
on Monday.
Nothing Nautilus?
Yeah, he did a lot of Nautilus pieces. You know, the brand TK Star, which is like back in my day, like back when I was growing up in Worcester, like my buddy did a whole gym out there of TK. And, you know, he manufactures that stuff, I believe, right out of a small place, you know, which, you know, you don't find well put to equipment like that last forever. You know what I mean? So, you know, remember the leverage pieces Flex used to have?
Yeah,
Everyone seems to love those pieces.
I had like 20 pieces in my Colosseum.
I remember,
room.
yeah.
I love it.
But they're selling for crazy money now, I mean, on the
Hunter told me, Hunter always search for it.
yeah.
We were just looking at Flex Bicep. We were training at Gold's Venice, and they have that outside. He wants to get it.
It's very good. It's one of the best ones. But it was good. I did an appearance out there on a Monday. You know, obviously this coming weekend we have
What is square footage there?
30,000 feet on the one gym I was at.
Didn't they have another one we went to?
Yes.
And was that in D.C. or Virginia?
It was in Virginia, but he's working. He has 4 locations. He's going for, I believe, 5 right now. But this one is the most recent one, and I mean, it was packed. I went on a Monday night, and I literally had nonstop for 4 hours, just people, and it was closed to members only. But, you know, I love what he does. Shout out to Leo out there, DMV Iron. I mean, he was just a great, great coacher. He's very passionate about bodybuilding. He sponsors Steve Weinberger's New York Pro. I mean, he just loves bodybuilding, right? So,
Yes.
I mean, he's a big dude himself, but it was awesome.
Yeah, we got the LA Fit Expo this weekend. Yeah. I want, you know, but a lot of people message me and says it's still happening because of the fire.
Of course, yeah.
How
busy the fight was, you know.
And you can't tell. I mean, I asked my daughter because she lives around there. You know, she's affected, so she could, you know, see the difference. But I wouldn't be able to tell the difference, wherever we were. Inglewood, you know. I stay at the airport.
Isn't Inglewood southeast of where most of it happened? I don't know that area too well.
Yeah, me neither.
Isn't Inglewood
Las Vegas
southeast?
yet.
Towards Long Beach?
Yeah, well, he stayed near the airport.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, it was easy. But speaking of that, I'm just going to touch the subject. I'm sure you've seen the news that they kicked out Habib Nurmagomedov from the Airline. I mean, how is that happening? And we are seeing this all the time. These airline companies enforcing the rules, supposedly. And I said that when you give a small person a power, they're going to enforce it, and they're gonna show the true character. So
I don't know. I don't know the story.
He's kicked out because supposedly he doesn't speak good enough English
Habib?
to be in a emergency row. I mean, how ridiculous is this, right?
What airline?
Frontier, which I know. Don't ask why is he flying with Frontier.
What the hell is he flying
I
with
had a
Frontier?
terrible experience in Frontier.
I won't fly.
I mean, like so many, I don't want to start that subject. But
His English isn't bad.
no, he's very good. Like, what do you mean? That was just like a lady was trying to enforce something because she had a power over somebody. And that's what Tom asked me here on the way here. I'm talking to Tom. I was really looking forward to train him there. And he signed gloves for me. He showed me already. And I'm like, you know, kid is waiting for candy. He's right there. I'll see you on Friday. And then, okay, he's at the airport. Okay, he's taking a flight. Manchester, Amsterdam, right? Okay, 3 o'clock in the morning, and get this story just to visualize and be there. You too, Jay, because you always fly. So it has to be 3 o'clock in the morning for 5 o'clock flight to go to Frankfurt and then connect to LA. But, it's delayed. So pilot, he says, first time pilot comes to the microphone and said, like, it's 45-minute delay. If somebody wants to change the flight because of connections, you can. But nobody really wanted, so he stays. Okay, 45 minutes, I still have enough time to catch this flight. 45 becomes 2 hours.
Yep.
And now you're flying in 20 minutes before takeoff, but you're counting maybe they're going to hold for the passengers arriving because delays are all over the place. So 5 minutes to get out, and then he goes, he see the gate, 20 minutes walk, and he has a 5. So 265-pound guy runs. He says he was at 80% sprint all the time. And he's seeing, like, oh, they're closing the gate, and he's screaming, no, I'm here, right? They're closing the gate, and he just got there, okay, please, I made it the flight. So the door is closed. I said, but you know, you can see through the door. They still line up here, like business class, and he has to, nope. And then he asks again, now they're going to call security. And I just jokingly, said, like, hey, don't be kicked out, because now he's a super polite guy.
Of course.
And they don't want to help anybody. you know. So go there and change the flight. Well, there's a 2-hour line to get to the, desk. And then, okay, you can fly to whatever, what it was, I forgot now.
You'd have to go through San Francisco
No,
or Denver.
Yeah.
Or Denver.
That was from, he flew to Amsterdam, and then from Amsterdam, he was going to fly to LA, but instead, he's going to go to Germany and then fly there. Well, the same thing happened. He's waiting for this flight, poof, canceled. What? So now he goes back, and now again it's a 1-hour wait to check for something else. There's no other flights, but maybe you can go to Dublin, and then in Dublin is like 5 hours layoff, but he still wants to make the flight. Same thing, delayed, and finally
just went home.
Yeah, so finally he says, okay, everything was canceled. To Ireland, to England, so he just had to stay in Amsterdam. But then he says he just want to go to a hotel, and there is a 3-hour wait for a passport control to get into the Holland.
What he had happen there, Regan and I had this happen.
I was supposed to smile. I was supposed to laugh.
When we went through this last trip to Beijing, we're here on the ground. We're going to San Francisco. I always take 3-hour layovers internationally because of shit like this.
Yeah.
We sat on the runway for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Because of weather. We fly, we land. As we're coming off the plane, they said you have 26 minutes to get there. It's a 25 minutes. So we start running. Same thing. The lady said they'll hold the plane. When it's an international flight and it's the last one, they will hold the plane. Especially, I have the highest status on the airline, and there was 12 of us on that flight. As Regan and I are running, there's videos of Regan. His legs are giving out.
I've seen it.
As we're walking up, she closes the door.
And?
I'm like, they closed it early. Too bad.
Too bad, so sad.
And the plane sat there for 30 minutes, so we had to get rerouted. The lady was like, no, you're going to have to fly out tomorrow. I said, no. So I get on the phone with United, because this is why we fly strictly stay on one airline. Whatever one you choose.
I chose United because of you.
When I have the status, I get on the phone. I don't deal with the people there. What can you do? Can you route me through this way? What about this way? So they flew us to Hong Kong to Beijing. We ended up getting in instead of 5 PM. We got in at midnight, but we still got there because there's always a route. But they didn't care. Yeah. They didn't give a shit. They closed the door early, and the plane sat there for 30 minutes. They could have easily opened the door and got all 12 of us on. Nope, didn't do it. And this is crap that happens now. So you always want to do your best to get we used to always be like, shit, let's just get an hour layover. Now it's like,
yeah,
because you're going to get stranded.
Yeah, European Grand Prix 2006. You won the Olympia. We went to Vienna, Romania, and then Amsterdam, right? Those are 3 shows. You won all 3 of them. One of those flights, we went back to Paris, and then there's like 4 hours until the flight. But we are in this long line, for security. And now, 4 hours, you don't even think. 2 hours later, we are not moving much. And I go to the guy and say, hey, man, we're going to miss the flight. Oh, don't worry, just like everybody else. And of course, we are late. And now I go there, and this lady just like, you lost. Just like, okay, do something. She's just, next. I said, you're not finished with me. Like, what do you mean? And she's the guy, she's going to call security. And then there was Betty with a hit at the time, and a Japanese promoter had a flight insurance on us, right? And then this lady was like, you're not flying today, because I must be there today. You're not flying today. Oh, what does that even mean? I didn't know what flight insurance is. And then she explained me, and they have to put me on the next flight. So I ran back to her.
When we went to Romania, remember, you got stranded in Munich. Don't you remember that whole thing when the lady wouldn't give you the ticket or whatever, and they wouldn't let you through?
That time? Or
No, this was recent. This was last year. Don't you remember? We were going through, and didn't you get stranded overnight in Munich? And you had to spend the night in a hotel on the way back from Romania.
They put me up and everything.
Yeah, because I remember something, and they were like, they switched your ticket, and they're like, where's your ticket? And you're like, I don't have it. They switched me, and they wouldn't let you through because he didn't have a ticket. Well, they changed his flight while he was in the air, so he doesn't have the new ticket. So because he didn't have the ticket, they wouldn't let him through security. So he missed the flight because of the lady. and he had to spend the night at a hotel. And then he was like 15. I remember you going through the whole nonsense.
Yeah.
The airlines should know what kindness and courtesy means. You know, they don't give a shit.
No. But you know, some of these people, they don't get paid much, and
He
they probably
he didn't comment about getting kicked off.
Who?
Habib.
I don't think so. I mean, he did make a post on his social media. Yeah.
Did you?
He's
push him
very
through the
polite.
Workout pretty
Yeah.
hard, or
What?
did you push him through the workout?
No, I didn't. I didn't have a chance to train.
Oh,
where are you
Habib.
flying to?
He went to for
San
skiing.
Francisco.
No, skiing trip somewhere. I don't know.
I was going to
come
say,
back.
No, he's flying from Vegas to San Francisco, so it's like a quick plane.
oh yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
And sometimes I've flown Frontier a couple
it is.
times. It's just
You're
it's
all-
garbage.
it's all- it
Okay.
lies.
Seats don't move, and you can't nothing. You sit there like this.
Okay, so let me ask you for education of others, if you know that. So I was going to Salt Lake City UFC, and there was Frontier direct flight, so I didn't have much options. So I'm going to go direct flight. I don't want to go, connection.
Of course.
And that's supposed to leave like 8 o'clock p.m. But then, delayed. I said, what do you mean? 10, and then Betty's looking at the app. Oh, now it's midnight, and now it's 1 o'clock. Now it's 1:30.
Not a cancel.
No, 1:30. Okay, so 1:30, I'm still waiting, like around 11 o'clock. I say, let's go. When I'm in Uber, they changed it back to like 12:30, which I didn't know that this can be, right? If you, and now by the time we got there, and we didn't even have a bags, you just carry on. We can't check in because it's
in
less
45
than
minutes.
whatever, 45 minutes or something. And they would not, I said, like, listen, we have carry-on bags. We are TSA pre-checked. They're like, nope. And there was like 20 more people. They just walk away, just left. They don't care for passengers. So flight didn't leave until 2:30 in the morning. And I got on the flight. I found a way. Betty actually, for people who know the trick, I didn't have a boarding pass, but I have a TSA pass. So they didn't even check my boarding pass. They just led me through TSA.
Yeah. No, airlines, if it's supposed to leave at a certain time, you're supposed to be there. So if they say, oh, it's delayed an hour, you're still supposed to be there. Like at the airport, because sometimes what'll happen is things get moved up, and they're like, all right, well,
You just got to watch the app and like.
Yeah, but
if
if you're
the
watching
plane's
that-
not there. Yeah.
it sucks when that happens though, because you're like, what do you do? Do you go sit at the airport for 2 hours, or do you sit at home for an extra hour?
Yeah, exactly.
get it.
So I stay at home. But Betty was checking a flight from wherever, East Coast, didn't leave yet. So that's why it's projected 1:30 in the morning, and then all of a sudden they changed. Anyway,
I have an app that I pay for that where the planes are coming from. You can look and see and follow and see where it's going, and it shows everything. So a lot of times if something's delayed, you'll know.
have
If the plane hasn't landed here yet, and you can go look and go, it's still 2 hours away. Well, it's not going to take off early if the plane still hasn't got here.
you have 1 million miles?
Have I flown 1 million?
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably a little over 3
3 million.
in my life. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
How many,
Jay's probably up there too.
how many countries have you been to?
80.
80.
80. Yes. Cambodia was number 80.
Holy shit.
My goal when I was young was to go to 100 countries. And I always watch these YouTube channels of people that have gone to every country. And I think in like another 2 or 3 years, when things slow down a little more for me, I might change my goal and say, I want to go to every country in the world.
Every?
It's 195. It's like 220 like territories, but there's 195 countries
Well,
that.
even 100. I was going to do 100 pro shows. That was
Have you ever counted how many countries you've been to?
No.
It's
I
like-
will.
You can go on. There's an app you can download. Countries been, and just go through if you've been to it, and it'll show it. It'll count them up.
Okay, it's going to sound like bragging, but I'm going to tell the truth because I can't pretend.
You're
I
probably
used to have
between 80 and 100 for sure.
Probably not that much, but anyway, I was conquering the world in territories. I was like highlighting the territories that I conquered. But then my daughter found the map. It's like, oh, what is this? Oh, that's where I traveled. Oh, so you were in Cambodia? No. Oh, that was a mistake. Anyway.
I almost, so there's a
Did you ever
spot-
do that?
There's a spot just north of where we were that I wanted to go to, and I will this next time because I'll go to South Africa a couple times a year. There's a spot. It's about an hour flight north. You fly into Zimbabwe, and you can hire this company, and they take you. There's 4 corners where Namibia, Botswana, Zimbabwe, and Zaire meet, and they have a passport control on each one. So they put you in a car, they drive you, you get out, you go through the passport control, they drive you to the next one so you can go to 4 countries in about an hour. But hey, if you've been there, you've been
Worth it. Anyway, let's talk bodybuilding. For change.
What's going on? Anything new and exciting? I'm out of the loop, man, because I'm just
Well, the Arnold Classic is coming up.
Well, I think what you should do is clip on this conversation, what Samson looks like because he looks incredible. So add it in.
big, yes.
Add it in. He's on his Instagram, okay? So just make a note of that. It looked incredible on the posing, huh?
He is looking, and he is improving. I mean, I mentioned
All
this.
the poses are improved.
I mentioned his first structure that he had, and then a body that created, and then mass and the width and the thickness and the shape. And now the conditioning is coming next level, separation, polishment. I said it. I mean, he's growing into what Ronnie did, back in the day, and became that guy that is just next level. For me, the only guy that has a remote chance to stand next to him would be Andrew Jack, because we know Andrew's qualities and width and shape that he. But he's still, when I was looking at the Olympia and it turned to the side, the thickness was so apparent that Samson's still dominating. So I don't see him being contested at the Arnold Classic.
You don't think Derek could?
I mean, with all the respect, I just always speak my mind, and I'm not biased coach, right? It's just like Derek is much shorter and doesn't have a combination of everything. Even though Chris Cormier believes he can pull the upset and he's improving, and now his abs are better and legs are thicker. So being that he was a champ, he beat Samson a couple of times before, he could possibly do it again. I just, standing next to each other, I don't see competitiveness.
Yeah. I mean, Derek could do it. It's an uphill battle though, but he can for sure.
This is the breakdown, okay? So Derek's he won the Olympia. Yeah, I know you've had your thoughts and processes on what he could have looked like better here or there, right? Leave that out. Mm-hmm. Samson's improved. He won last year. What you're getting from Samson now is more polish and what we've been talking about. Let's go back to last year's Olympia. Now we can actually say last year's because we're in a new year. Yep. So 2024 Olympia. If you asked I don't even know how many 4,000 people in the audience?
4,000.
Okay. You had a very mix of was Samson 100%? I don't think he was 100%. So this is where the question lies. If we have not seen him hit his all-time best, he's improving. This is looking like it's drastically better than the Olympia, in my opinion.
Yes.
So now, if he can land it, that's the question. Is we have not seen him show after show after show, like Hadi beat him in the regular season, and he is of the stature of Derek, but not in the crazy conditioning. But a lot of variables with Derek. He's working with a new coach. We know he trains his tail off. He's very motivated. Could this be the question mark? Could this be the new Derek version that we see? Is this a 2.0 where we expect Samson to be better? Where normal people would be knocking Samson saying, you could be eating too much. You've never been against that.
Did he slow down at any point of his career?
And right now, I saw that posing video he just posted, and it should be scary for these guys because he is improving. He's already got the Olympia title. He's rolling into a show with a lot of momentum where Derek wasn't pushing him for second. He was third. So listen, Derek's back is a little bit against the wall, but you're spot on. He can still win this. A lot of guys, but that we're talking about, is it a two-man race, though, or is there some other bodies in that?
Well, Andrew's in the show.
Andrew's in the show. And so for sure it's a three-man show. 3 favorites, and then everybody else competing that does have a chance. It's not like,
I mean, the
oh,
lineup's
there's
a pretty
no-
solid lineup. You got
Yeah.
Bonics in there. I mean, you got. I mean, you
Sean
have
Clarita.
Yeah, you have Brandon Curry, who
Brandon
looks,
Curry.
There's a bunch of
looks
champions
better
there.
polished. He's working with
Yeah, Hollingsted,
he's-
De La Rosa,
Hollingshead's
Del
looking really
Rosa's
good.
not good.
Patrick. Oh, really? I don't know. There's no more announced anywhere.
So
Was it?
No, he's not. Yeah.
I couldn't have seen anything. Okay.
So there's not slouches getting ready for this contest.
It's
but
a tough lineup.
he definitely has, listen, the frame, the structure, the crazy proportions. We talked about this. He just needed to be a little better to be the champion. He was enough at the Olympia, and I think this package is looking like it's going to be better than the Olympia.
For both Derek and
Samson.
Samson.
Well, we don't know about
Yeah.
Derek yet, but
Yeah.
Samson does look
Yeah.
like he's on. But listen, you know this. You could look great coming up to it, and you could misfire.
Yeah, but he's steadily improving. And look, when you have this kind of stride, and now that you're defending champ, you know how this. Once you're defending champ, you know that better. I never knew that. I was only defending champion 98, Canada Pro, and
How'd you do in
fucking-
99?
Well, the 98, who was there in the show? The Ronnie and Kevin, you know. So I was telling Ronnie, I'm going to defend. It's a good luck, bro.
So the odds are Samson
Yeah,
is going to win.
I mean, look at his
But
arm improvements. Look at his back improvements, right?
The legs are more detailed.
Legs are more detailed, and from the back, he's
yeah.
very, and then stomach is way better controlled, and waist is.
so let me
looks
ask you
smaller.
this. So let me ask you this: if Derek nails it like he did the year he won with the crazy conditioning, could that, if Samson is not improved, could that win?
You gotta stand
No.
next to each other.
Until you see it.
I don't have to see
He's a
it.
hater, so he's.
No, I'm not hater. I'm realist.
No.
Look at it.
I know, but listen. Okay, so he loses. What's going to happen?
Okay, I was going to make
Anything is
I was gonna
possible
make a-
in bodybuilding.
I'm going to make which one is bigger. So it's like you're telling me, oh, this is the bigger one. Just open.
It's a great promo for Bucked Up. Shout out to Bucked Up Energy.
No, with all respect, and you know this is tough because you should just praise people, and then if I criticize, like, oh, what a dick. But then again, let's not sugarcoat it and always just praise. It's not. Let's not really speak reality. Do you think you give 1 million people pictures of a video of comparison of Derek and Samson, that a majority is going to go to Derek's side?
You got to remember, bodybuilding is the hardest thing to judge.
No, I understand what you're saying
Not
from the average person.
necessarily.
Yes.
Not necessarily. You know exactly clear lines from in the mass department, in shape department, in thickness, in height and width,
Yeah, but you would, if you
and
put,
strength of
if
the
you put
poses.
Marcus Rule next to,
Yes.
who, you know what I mean? Who
Yeah.
they're going to be like, oh my God, that's the freakiest guy I've ever seen.
Look at Marcus. Marcus could arguably beat.
Pacific West Injury Law. Injured? Call 602-HURT. Car accident? Call 602-HURT. Our firm is dedicated to you and your recovery.
Nick Walker when Nick placed third at Olympia. Marcus at
I
his
mean, look at
best.
Dennis Wolf at his, like, with the height and the width. I mean, look at where
Dennis
he finished.
is also one of the
I mean,
partial Mr. Olympias.
People would pick him against Phil Heath. They would have said, "Oh, that guy beats Phil Heath."
It could, yeah.
Because he's taller and
I'm just saying, like,
you know what's good though?
Too powerful.
It is apples and oranges between the two of them, like between a Derek and a Samson, and we're just gonna see who nails it because they're both obviously they're both
Wally likes
really good.
apples and.
Yeah.
How did it go?
Not his feet. I don't like apples. I like bananas.
But is Andrew more of a fact? You think Andrew's more of a factor than Derek will be?
I said it, I think, here, that for me, Andrew beat Derek at Olympia. Judges didn't see it that way. And that's Andrew in less than perfect condition. Yeah. I still think there was way too many other aspects that as a combination he should beat.
Martin get then. Because Martin was fourth and Andrew
yeah,
was fifth.
Andrew could beat Martin too. I mean, Martin beat him on conditioning.
Yeah, true.
Okay, So that's the aspect that Martin beats
So
Andrew.
here's a question.
But for me, Andrew is better bodybuilder.
If Andrew is in crazy condition and Samson is in the same condition as the Olympia, who wins?
Samson still. I mean, listen, they're going to have to turn to the side.
And he loses it. That's
and then back, even though Andrew's back is not bad and he's probably improving, Samson back improved leaps and bounds. It's crazy. It's down to the point. Yesterday, I think there was that back double biceps, him and Hadi Chopin at Olympia, and I think Samson beat him even on back double biceps. And then Samson's side triceps.
But just remember, Samson's improving, but I'm assuming so is Andrew.
Yeah, but most muscular, most muscular is Samson's all day. Andrew just doesn't have for as big as he is, it doesn't have that muscularity in him. Ab shot is Andrew's, triceps is, I'm going backwards. Samson's back poses, Samson's side chest is Samson.
I think the only one undeniably are the side shots.
Yeah, front double and front let's spread.
You can argue
Andrew
for either
could
one.
possibly win, if legs match upper body.
So it could be a battle.
And then, throwing the Derek now with the same comparisons, front double and front lat spread, he should lose that one to Andrew, okay, for the second place.
You know what I'm going to love about the Arnold? I'm not going to have a horse in the race, and I just want to see the best guy win.
Me
That's
too.
good. When
Are
you
you
have
going?
Yeah, I'm going.
when you have no.
Like you said, zero pressure.
No.
First time in my
I
life
just
I can
love going
sit
as a
and
fan.
enjoy.
I love going it just as a fan where you don't, because no matter what, if you have a certain working relationship with somebody, you're always going to want them to do better. But when you don't, you just say, hey, man, whoever wins, so it's like at the Olympia this year. I just want to see the best man win.
So we assume Mike is the front runner for the classic physique, right?
Oh, yeah.
But what about your boy, the good poser?
Logan?
Yeah.
Logan Franklin? Logan is dark horse. I love
He's doing
Logan.
it. I like
he's doing it.
I like how he looks.
He
now.
needed
got a classic look.
to be a little bit bigger, wider upstairs. And I think
Is
he's
this the
getting
time
there.
where he can step up.
I
you
think so. He did this tremendous
Because
posing
we
to
don't
Arnold
have
Classic.
a lot of big names. I mean, I'm sure there's big names, but we don't have the Urs and the Ramon in there that we had the last couple of years.
Sadly, I wish there are, entering the show. But a mic'd badass it's a badass, really.
Did you get to see Urs?
No, I didn't.
Did you speak to him, or?
No, he messaged me.
Okay.
So I went to Dubai. It was just
Is he there?
Yeah, he was there.
training over
and
there.
I flew in, and I just had meetings for about a day and a half, and then I flew right back to South Africa, and I didn't have a chance to. I just I went to Beano's and trained there.
Is Big Ramy there?
I didn't see him. No, Andrew was in the gym when I was in there, and I didn't realize he was there until I left. But I didn't really.
But nobody's seen what he looked like, huh?
No, I mean
He's covered up.
he stays covered up.
Under the radar.
Andrew Jack.
Andrew, yeah.
What do you think about the big Ramy comeback?
I would love to see it. I mean,
Why is there rumblings on this right now?
Is he like 39 years old, right? I think so. 39.
Why are they talking about a comeback all of a sudden? Why is it on news right now?
I'm not sure.
Was there some sort of a spill out? Or
Okay, so listen. Once a bodybuilder, always a bodybuilder. And on a much smaller scale, I proved there is such a thing as muscle memory, right? I get a little bit more serious, and boom, my body respond. And they're going to say, on the major juice, for all the people I have mentioned many times, I'm on 250 testosterone antate a week and 50 DECA. Okay, so you need no GH, I can't afford it.
I should get it from TRT Kingdom from now on.
Yeah,
Sorry.
but we got to talk about THC for a second, yeah. But as Dennis told me, Big Ramy is one of those freaks that he can look at the weight and grow. It's one of those on very small cycle. So he's still there. That width is going nowhere. That mass is going nowhere. He's just going to need to polish it, maybe do something about the back. Maybe he established the connection. He's going to be right back in the mix. I love what he looked like at Arnold Classic. When he
So
was
Samson
stepped.
right now outmuscles everybody. Would he outmuscle Big Ramy?
It's going to be there. They're going to be very comparable.
Because they're about the same. Ramy's about 6'2". They're about the same height, so it's not a taller.
That was the thing with Samson 2022. picked the number right next to Ramy, and I was telling him that's your biggest chance because they're going to see you. And he stood right next to Ramy and looked just as big as Ramy, which nobody expected.
Yeah.
That was a huge thing. And maybe, because of that, we went a little bit for more fuller look. I kind of wish maybe I didn't. But at that time, there was establishing for top 10 or top 6. And he ended up being a top 6. Now he's a different story. He's completely established. But Big Ramy, if you're listening, come back. Fans wants to see you.
Well, he has to come back because of the new rule.
I don't know. So explain the new rule. So if you haven't paid, you have until the end of 2025. So you have the whole year.
If you haven't competed since 2022 or 2023, if you haven't paid your dues, if you don't pay your dues, your pro status is
revoked,
disappeared.
Okay.
Like it never happened. And if you ever want to compete again, you have to start over and start from the bottom. Go do a local show.
I don't see how that could happen to a Mr. Olympia like a Ramy. He can't go into a normal show and requalify. I don't think the Olympia must have a different.
At the end of the day, once you have but they also now have a rule. Even as a former Mr. Olympia, if you haven't competed in 3 years, you have to get permission to compete. You're not automatically qualified anymore. They changed that, yes.
Okay.
Angelica had to get permission to compete.
Okay, but all you have to do is just ask for permission.
Yeah,
you're qualified
but
if you want to do it.
You have to get permission from the organization. You're not automatically qualified, which I'm sure they're not going to say no. But what about someone like a Kai Green? If he wanted to do the Masters Olympia.
Well, if he's paid his dues, he's good.
Yeah, but why would he have paid his dues the last 8 years if he wasn't competing?
Okay, so what he needs to do. So what he should do is if he hasn't paid in the last 4 years, he has to pay those 4 years of dues and make himself current.
So that would be to me.
So you have to pay all the back dues.
Of course. Well, that's a realtor. If you don't pay your license, or if you let it expire,
then you just have to get a license.
I was just sticking to bypass and just pay.
Yeah, but if you're advertising yourself as an IFBB whatever, if you're using it, remember, it's still leverage for a lot of people. So of course, I can understand that, like you're still paying, like you're still representation. You're using as a marketing piece.
I understand that side. Now, if you flip the opposite side of it, some of these guys spend $100,000 to earn that. It shouldn't be taken away from them just because they didn't pay $300.
I think he made a solid point when we were talking earlier about if you have not competed. I think this is more of a cleanup because I know there's a lot of controversy about pro cards being granted. Listen, back in my era, it was
10 a year max.
Well, I don't even know. I'm not counting, but I'm just saying if you won the Nationals, that each class winner got a card.
That was 6.
You won the USA, only one person, the overall got a card. Okay,
North until 2000.
North Americans, okay, but this is where
no. Up until 2000, it was the runner-up. So 2.
I don't think that should have been the case.
It shouldn't have been. No, North Americans and then Team U, right?
Okay, and now it's like
or Universe. Yeah.
Obviously with the new divisions, they change. Like, okay, you
top
go to the
2 in
junior
every
nationals
class.
And this and that. They're giving cards, but so the issue I see, and this is the complaint from a lot of people, is yes, there's. The IFBB Pro status it doesn't carry the weight that it once carried. You
know what it is? It's no different than inflation. If you print money, your dollars become worth less. When there's more pro cards, the pro cards don't. I remember as a fan in the late 90s, you knew all the top amateurs. And as soon as they turned pro, they were a contender, they had contracts, they were guest posing, they had a career. Now, there's 70 pros in one show.
Well, remember, there's a huge international division now, too. They're granting pro cards. But I'm just talking about what's visible for us because we're on the circuit. I promote amateur contests.
Yeah.
Do we really need to give out that many cards to the top? I don't know what Nationals even gives now. See, I'm so out of the
Top 2
loop.
in every division.
Top 2?
Top 2 in every
and then
division.
Masters gets...
Masters has one.
How many pro cards are given for open division in a year?
Well, if they're given in the Masters division, then they should be catered to the Masters shows.
Absolutely.
If you turn pro in Masters, you should probably only be able to compete in Masters.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, here there is 120 bikini competitions. There's 100-something men's physique competitions this year. There's like 80, 90 classic physique and so on and so on and so on. It's becoming to the point. It's like what if 90 people qualify for the Olympia? But now let's step down. How many people turn pro? if right now we have, let's say, 800 professionals sign up for open division, it's quite possible, right?
Of course.
Okay.
Probably more.
So
Some shows alone
Night
has
of the
50.
Champions back in the day would be open for anybody to prove the point. It could be like 500 people signing up to compete.
Yeah.
I competed when there was 55 people on the stage. So, literally speaking, 500 people are eligible to sign up for a contest. Then what? Okay, that's why I don't think that we should water down. Pro is a pro. It should be a certain kind of level, to be maintained. It's not just, okay, there is a contest. Look, first time I came to America, I trained in Jack LaLanne's, and there was some lady, she looked like she may be trained for 6 months. Okay, no body, no nothing, no. Okay, next week I go in, and she has like 2 trophies. She won the contest. Like, oh my God, congratulations. Okay, do you have any pictures from the show? Oh yeah. So just her getting a trophy. That's picture with the overall trophy, and that's with the class trophy. Okay, can I see some comparisons? Oh, she was
the only one.
Oh, she was the only one competing. Oh, that explains.
Yep.
So I can be right next to the Christmas tree and trash can now, right? And I win, and I get the pro card. You should earn, and those levels they're going to give a pro card should be at certain level, not a regional show. It should be national, international kind of quality.
Do you remember back when they had junior nationals and junior USAs? There was no pro cards there. You did it because you wanted the media.
Yeah.
Now there is because of the new divisions.
Yes, every other division except men's bodybuilding, they don't turn pro there, but every other division does.
Was it Paul DeMayo beating Kevin Veroni in junior nationals? Yes. You did the junior nationals, right?
Didn't.
No?
Phil Heath won junior USAs.
Yes, he
that's
did.
where he
junior
That's
nationals.
where
He
he
won
got
national,
somewhat.
No,
No,
I thought you did juniors.
But the thing is, I believe that you lose IFBB status. Maybe, I mean, you can still say you're a pro. I mean, I don't think that's ever going to be taken away from someone. But you just don't have the IFBB status.
you
to
can't
be
ever
able
compete
to,
again.
Yes.
Yes.
But don't you feel like? I mean, listen. Didn't you cover this on a podcast? If you took, let's take the last 5 years of USA winners, Mr. USA, where they go from amateur to pro at that show. Go down the list. I'm just going to talk men's bodybuilding. How many people have competed since winning their pro cards?
Didn't talk about it, but I don't really know.
I guarantee the list is. I guarantee the list is like this of people that competed, and the list is like this that people have not competed.
Yeah.
So you know what?
Yeah.
There
Why
should be a-
turn pro?
Why?
Yeah. Why turn pro?
I understand both sides of the argument.
It's just like this.
I just feel like this. If you did everything to turn pro, to earn that status, some people it takes 10 years. And you think how much money someone spends traveling to all these shows. Like I was on the phone with someone last night. We were just having a conversation about this, and they said, I had to do 8 shows before I turned pro, and it took me 5 years to turn pro. They spent over $100,000 easily.
But are they going to compete again?
Well, they don't compete anymore. They're retired.
Okay, so then what's the worry about
no,
it?
the whole point was if that person would have said, hey, I just turned pro, I'm not going to compete for 3 or 4 years, and then I'm going to. If you're not paying into this, they're going to erase your history. I don't
think they.
No, it says you're revoked, and you have to go back to the NPC.
You're saying a race. No,
if you have to go back to amateurs, what you did is erased. You're no longer a pro.
Erased
is
a very hard term.
But that's what it is.
You need to.
It would be like
qualify.
You have to go back to the NPC.
You really think they're going to tell? Let's say Big Ramy didn't pay his dues and he wants to come back and compete. Okay, Big Ramy, you got to go do the
Egypt Classic,
the Dubai
whatever
amateur show. Then you can go.
But that's the way the rules say.
Never happen.
Of course it wouldn't. But that's what the rules say. Or like a Kai Green, if he wanted to go do the Masters.
He's not stupid. He's gonna you have to navigate the right way. I think it's more of just
I understand that.
Additional filters probably that understanding.
But do you care about your pro status?
Well, I don't compete since 2003, right? So I'm.
I mean, you planning to get on stage anytime soon?
No, never. Okay, never.
But you are a pro bodybuilder. You're retired, but you're still a pro bodybuilder.
Let me ask you something. How often do you say, I'm a pro.
I'm a pro?
Yes.
Probably Austin.
I don't say I'm pro. I say
Okay,
I'm a
exactly.
former professional. Yeah.
I say the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so
You're a retired professional
I'm a
bodybuilder.
retired
Professional
professional.
bodybuilder.
Yeah.
Like if someone says, "Wow, you got some size in the grocery store," right? Do people come up to you and say how good you look, or
Yeah.
what's that?
All the time. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I understand both sides of the
do
argument.
people ask you if you're a pro or?
A pro fucking donut eater.
Yeah, that picture that confused you for Jay Cutler, huh? I posted. Hey, have you seen that one?
I knew. He texted to me. I said, "Manager Matt," and he goes, "How'd you know?"
I'll tell you.
Because I know that stupid pose anywhere I see it.
It's
It was
busy.
this stupid pose, right?
No. It was just, I just took a picture.
He
I
had
was
a
just standing like
crazy
this
cab
with the
He,
back of
he
my
goes, he goes, Matt's looking really good. I said, well, dude, anyone can
Of
cut
course.
their sleeves and cut their shorts, and if they're calves and arms, you got it's a mess in between.
No, I said all the time. I said, "Look, listen, Tyler. I know you're listening.
I said,
Come out with,
what about the barrel in between the calves
listen,
and the arms?
Tyler. Come out of the division with just arms and calves, and I guarantee you, I'll smoke some people.
Yeah.
But the rest looks like chewed bubble gum.
Hey, that's a good new category.
Let me just
Good
finish
new
saying,
category.
you know what? I know people are. This is causing an uproar in the industry, but the thing is, transition is good because we're trying to listen. You can't sit on the same shit forever.
Of course.
He's trying to do some things to bring everything up to par. It's the new world. It's just, time.
Well, let's put it in perspective. They are authorities. They are federation.
It's
and,
their
and they
thing.
know what they
Yeah.
want. So if that's what it is, you have to obey the rules.
And just how many times they complain about the UFC like rules and judging and
I mean, listen. So even Dana White would complain about the judging score sheets. Okay, so
the judging's
but they're
out of
openly
their
talking
control,
about
right?
it. Well, no, it's not out of control.
No,
Well, listen.
meaning the UFC doesn't. They're not in
No,
charge
no.
of the judging. That's a
commission.
commission.
yes.
But they can argue we don't like this judge. He's shitty.
Listen,
you
if
know
you
what,
don't
we-
like something,
And
you
we
can speak
sat on
up.
this podcast in the last year
Yeah.
and talked anything about the judging where this is a terrible decision. Not at all.
No.
No. So you know what? We've got through that. Remember how bad it used to get criticized?
Yeah. But everybody.
Milos called you a stage decoration.
No.
I'm
just
Milos
saying,
every
we never agreed. No one ever seemed to agree on a lot of contests.
I haven't seen a show this year where it was just
last year.
no.
Yeah, there was. Yeah,
There was an argument for every person. Never was I
I don't
upset.
follow the other lighter divisions.
I don't even remember now last year exactly, but there was no controversy.
What do you think about the fit model division?
For ladies?
Seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it. I mean, who doesn't want to look at the beautiful ladies, of course. But what kind of category is this? Because they're going to be encouraged, don't train, don't diet, be soft.
No, the girl.
Just be pretty.
Ashley Kay looked amazing
I mean,
back
yeah,
in
yeah,
2013.
for sure.
I will say this, and I know it'll upset some people, but they're doing this because the judges pushed them too far.
Yeah.
And that's what it is.
And listen, so
But you know who it's going to hurt? The bikini girls. Because the bikini girls are the toned down version now, but they're hard and got veins everywhere.
Yes.
And
They
now in
don't
this
have veins. They don't allow veins.
not veins, but they're in
They're
shape.
lean. They're lean.
And bikini girls are
separation.
kicking ass training. I've seen
But what'll happen
few of them.
now
Amy
with
trains.
the newer division, the bikini girls are going to get pushed aside by a lot of the sponsors because they're going to say, we'd rather have this look instead of you. That look is too hard for us now. And it's going to harm some of the bikini.
All right. Well, we love the comments on here, so make sure we get guys
But
comment
what do
below
you
your
think?
thoughts.
What do you think? Because I'm really interested. So
I promote shows,
yeah,
so give anyone that has an opportunity to stand on a stage is great.
okay.
I can see his point where, I don't understand how you're like, well, we're going to go back to, what this bikini started as. Like, okay, well, everything has a transition. Yeah. But
So if you're coaching the girl that needs to go to a new category, you tell her, okay, lose the key for the gym and forget about dieting.
I know a lot of women that did not continue with bikini because it was
Becoming
It got too hard.
Too hard.
Yeah.
It got too much, like
Yeah.
just too much with the shoulder cap, and
I mean,
obviously the posing's transitioned too, so the posing can be totally different. The suits are different. The whole thing is.
I'm gonna love watching it, by all means.
Do you think it belongs in a bodybuilding federation? Because this is, to me, it's kind of like a Hawaiian Tropic.
I don't know if it's called a pro league. It's not a bodybuilding. It's not.
It's still the IFBB Pro League. That's the International Federation of Bodybuilding.
Well, anyone that goes to a gym, I always said, whether you pick up weights, dude, you're a bodybuilder. Whether you
No, I mean, I just train. Yeah, no, I get it.
Should I say that or?
No, this is what it is.
The chats are fun.
No, this is what it is. As a bodybuilder, yes. Am I successful? No.
Anyone that picks up weights and works on your body in the mirror,
you want to make yourself look better in the mirror. So yeah.
Speaking of your body fat percentage,
How's the
what are
diet?
we talking about now?
My weight is the same as when I left, but I only trained twice in 6 weeks. So I'm definitely
very dedicated.
Probably 5 pounds of muscle gone and 5 pounds of fat
He
back.
actually told me on the trip, I can't wait to get home and train.
Yeah.
It was
And
just
diet? How was your diet?
the diet was.
Tell me the truth.
No, when you're overseas, you can eat different.
Tell me the truth.
I would say
Because he was like zero
I would
carbs.
say 70% of it was clean.
Decent.
But when you go to some of these, like Vanessa's mom's cooking like
Yeah.
traditional food, and I'm like, no, I want to try some of these.
I've been
things.
there. I've been there.
So, but it wasn't like I don't.
How do you think he looks?
I mean, he's covered up, so he's covered up.
No, I definitely.
He shows that ab shot.
So it's all, you don't want to say the ab shot. It's chewed bubble gum. If I go like this, it fucking
No, we
looks
don't
like
pull
a water
Barrett
barrel.
again. I need to sit in my chair and not fall out
This
of it.
is, like you said, he went to Vanessa's family traditional
tradition,
food.
yeah, it's
Look, I was in Yugoslavia, right? And then I visit all my relatives, and they always have these foods, and you always have to deny it.
Yeah.
And then they get offended, right? And then maybe I should compromise. No, I could not compromise one time.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well,
so
fortunately
you
for
gotta
me, my
find it.
physique doesn't pay my bills, or I'd be sleeping
Yeah.
on your couch. So
All right, let's finish up with what one more topic do we have to cover? You want to say something else?
It's just for Arnold Classic, we didn't really touch and give a credit to maybe Carlos Thomas Jr. That is
Oh
looking.
yeah, what do you think about his
Carlos
pictures?
He's looking incredible, and he can be a dark horse, and can be really.
You think he can get the detail?
I think so.
Who's
Because
training him?
Patrick Tour,
Okay.
and I think he's at that level right now that he knows he
So
has
who
all the
else-
size in the world.
They posted that picture. I said he needs to work his legs a little more.
Yeah.
So just so you know, I'm going over the list now. Akeem Williams, Brandon Curry,
yeah.
Carlos Thomas Jr.,
We forgot about Akeem.
Patrick Moore, Rodriguez, Sean Clarita, Hollingshead.
Oh, yes, Clarita.
Clarita, I've
Clarita
seen-
looks ridiculous right now.
So Sean, if you're listening, I'm waiting for you for a leg workout here because I haven't seen you show the legs.
How crazy does he look?
Upper
though?
body looks stupid, and that's that fullness, that roundness, and he's already, he
Sean,
has
you're going to be
that
in the first call out.
very well, very well.
I think you will.
yeah.
I think you will be.
And that's why I would like to just have that opportunity to blow up the legs a little bit because I still do think I've seen his Instagram, Sean, dissecting you did the leg extensions, and you did that hack press, and then you did the pendulum. There was still not clearly on the quad. He was still doing it with everything. So you have to slow down in that pain zone, slow down and slow up. That's where the second and third exercise on your Instagram post, I would do that super slow, intensify the pain. Don't ever lock your knees and just put on the quads. Burn the quads only. Because you don't need the glutes. We know that you have a side of glutes. He just needed a little bit more volume in the quads because he was known for it, and then he lost it kind of. And now if he brings that, upper body is freaky. Don't forget, he was battling against a big Ramy at Arnold Classic, and big Ramy was in shape, right? And it was close. Some judge actually gave Sean Clarita over big Ramy. So that's him. Brandon Curry, we finally saw his update. We all love his physique. And
I love Brandon. He's just a good person, man.
good person, and hashtag bodybuilder all over the place.
His legs look pretty good, man.
Can Brandon win?
That I don't know. I don't
want to
know
say
about that.
yes or no, but-
All Brandon.
I mean, that'd be something
Yeah.
like William Bonnick winning because they went back and forth a couple of times.
Yeah, back a couple of times. Yeah, Samson is different level, new generation, different level. I think that Andrew is just way overwhelming. Even though Brandon beat Andrew
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
What I love though about this is Derek is the youngest guy.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if he's even 30. He's 29.
He's,
30.
I think he's 30.
Yeah.
Okay, but that young, youthful muscle can really make a difference. We haven't seen. I text Derek and I told him, like, as he started and announced this prep, we haven't even seen close to your best.
Yeah. Okay.
He's not even at his peak point yet.
So as Derek is listening, and I think I mentioned this to Chris Cormier, what Hadi Chopin did last year at the Arnold Classic, that's what Derek needs to do. Perfect his breathing, glue his stomach to the spine, make that vacuum waist of his in the frontal legs, frontal biceps. That has to stay at all times. If you drop it down, then you start losing it. You and I were calling Hadi kind of boxy before, right? And when he showed up at Arnold Classic, there was master pose. Yeah, I was just like, holy shit. He does not lose this for a second. Even when he turns to the side, when he blocks it and then turns again, whenever it's visible, it was perfect. So Derek needs to have that. Was Derek from the back always the winner? Yes, back double biceps is freaky. I would even say that he contests for best back double biceps of all time. He's there.
Ramy?
Yeah, for sure. He needs to improve on a few other poses and posing.
If I was in Derek's camp, I would kind of remind him that Samson won the Olympia, and that was his all-time best, I would say. And Hadi, that was not close to his best. And they were tied after prejudging. Hadi at one of his not his best look there, and Samson's. If I'm Derek, I'm going, he's beatable.
Well, of course.
If I'm in his camp.
Yeah.
Did you see the comparison of Hadi Chupin of all the years? Did you see that? They put
No.
Man.
No, where? Instagram?
He was a killer when he
was a
was
killer.
in Vancouver in those shows at 212.
Oh, yeah.
Very, like, he was more detailed then
Yeah.
than obviously when he got bigger. But it's a crazy to see the comparisons. Even the leg sweep and everything. Man.
Really?
Yeah, there was a
When he was he was
there
just
was a
little over
box of
212,
all
yeah.
his shows, and it was like the same pose, like whatever the most muscular. Dude, it was crazy. I wish we could find that posted up, but
I watched him on his pro debut, and he played second to Rolly Winkler. He killed Rolly, and I love Rolly. Rolly was like so thick and big and muscular, but conditioning-wise was stratosphere between.
And then he did the San Marino show after that. Didn't he?
Yeah.
And he lost to, I think, Cedric
Cedric,
won.
yeah, but he beat Brandon.
And Brandon got third,
Yeah.
and he got
Yeah.
second. And he was
Yeah.
only like 210.
Yeah, that's how good Hadi is. But so you were saying that kind of early 18 and 19, he was.
you know what? Where
really?
like that gnarly condition we sit and talk about over and over that he has that no one has that.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone. I mean, think about the top guys. No one has that crazy condition. So when you see all the comparison pictures and you look back and you're like, man, when he was whatever he wasn't 212, right? He was probably 215 or what do you weigh after?
There was
212 the same year.
Yeah, there were debates which show they're going to enter.
But
because he want to open it
There's
up.
someone at 212 compete at 215, 260.
I mean, they have to make a weight under, and then they go to
So
216, 17.
So I don't even know what. Of course, we don't have weigh-ins, so we don't know what anyone really weighs.
Yeah.
You know, but he looked incredible, like a few pounds down from what he is now.
I still believe to this day, in 2019, he should have won the Olympia.
Oh, yeah.
Who won that year?
Yeah, it's on my Instagram in my highlights.
He looked, and
My
that was the show
analysis.
when I messaged you and I said, he should
and my-
win, and that's when you afterwards said,
You make us look bad. We just talked about the judging last 5 years being.
Yeah, that's the
well,
way
that was 6 years ago. No, I thought he should have won. It was his
one
first
thing that
Olympia.
I'm actually interested because I think I asked you, but I can't guarantee. What is the best version of Jay for you? What was your best ever?
Combination was 01.
Well, one. Okay, yeah.
Because I had the roundness, the fullness, still the young muscle.
Yeah.
27.
So you see, Ronnie says 98 Olympia, right?
For Ronnie.
This is 2001. And then you compete for so many years, and then you dominate and winning Olympias. But you are not even happy with the Olympia look as much as you were
Well,
earlier.
not that I wasn't happy. You're asking
That you
me
just chose. That's
if
why.
this-
That's
the
why I
best
directed this
the
way.
best combination. And when I think back to what that prep was like, it was like I went to the gym and everything was just so efficient. Every time I trained, every meal I ate, no cardio. So my body had so less of stress that it was just like I walked in that show training twice a day and doing a couple saunas and just walking in, and then just the aura of like everyone cheering for me and standing next to Ronnie Coleman for the first time. Even though I lost, I won. And obviously it was controversial later, but at the time, I still look at it and I'm like, listen, I'm blessed that I lost. Does that even make sense?
Losing helped
in a way. It made me the underdog, and then of course,
fan base.
Of course, I sat out 0-2. So did I miss an opportunity where I maybe could have come in? You might say, damn, he missed it.
It happened the way it was supposed to.
I mean, it's kind of like, I think, like Nick Walker now, for example. I think a lot of people are discounting Nick Walker and saying, hey, he might have missed the window of those past couple of Olympias where he really had the combination that could have challenged. We talked about it for how many times over that 2 years ago he could have possibly won it. Yeah. But he missed another one.
We haven't seen him next
to
the top guys now.
So I know he's kind of looking at it, the industry is, he has a lot of doubters, and he often mentions that. But the truth is there's a reason for that because of the missed opportunities. So he, once again, like his whole career, has to stand behind and prove himself over and over and over. It's, what have you done for me lately? And lately, we haven't seen Nick other than New York, where
it was controversial.
Controversial for some people. Some people say it's a clear win, but now you're the guy that controversy came up and gets fourth at the Mr. Olympia, and then beats Seabum at Seabum's only open show, whether or not that was in people's eyes.
You know what, though? Martin getting second at that show catapulted him to Nick, because Nick was top 3 in the world. And it made him a front runner because of how close they were.
I want to ask you, if he was coming into the Arnold Classic, could we be talking about a Sam's? No. Martin. If he was coming in,
I don't know.
Would he be a guy we would be talking about in this top 3-4 people that and we're discrediting? We left out Clarito, we left out Akeem, we left out
because
all these guys.
These other guys were top 4.
I know. So just don't take that as criticism, guys.
If Martin would come in, he would be top 4, right? In whichever order. I mean, super competitive. They were going.
He says he's more improved than ever right now.
So if you remember prejudging,
which
you never watched prejudging anyway. So at Olympia there was
my ticket, that's why.
Labrada, Martin, and Andrew, and that was like 4, 5, 6 in whichever order. He could have flip flop it anyway. So it's not like Martin clearly, beat Andrew, and I think Andrew is a still formidable guy, and but Martin improved. He can give a hell to Derek and Andrew. I don't think he
can. I ask you a question? If you can predict the Nick Walker
return
against Martin, what's your consensus on?
I think Martin this time beats him. On the same basis that he places high as fourth because he has a combination of everything. Nick still has that shape factor and waist to the legs ratio.
Yeah, but he's saying he's improved.
Listen, if he improves really, and he's going to be uber freak, super ripped, super hard, super big, you never know. I mean, his popular choice. I'm just leaning towards more aesthetic physique, so I would think that Martin now has enough size, enough thickness.
The illusion Martin creates. Even though he's small.
Can Regan mix this up?
100%.
Yeah. Regan is there, like you said, with Samson when it was Egypt show, whatever.
Samson was 280 and Regan was 240. And standing next to each other, they did not look.
Did he choose this guy? He announced
the do New York. And Nick threw New York.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
I think this is going to be the year, and I'm not saying this just because I've been in Regan's camp for 8 years now. I've seen what he's done, and I've seen the improvements, and what's happening with his body now is something we've talked about for you. I told him years ago, when you're 32, 33, he's 31, that's going to be when he comes into his own. He's got the height, he's got the width, just like Andrew. He's got the small waist. He still obviously has got to put some size on in areas, but it's coming on dramatically. And some of these other guys, their best shots are also Regan's. So from the back, Regan can stand next to anyone in the world from the back. It's just from the side shots at this point, he doesn't have that density because he's still tall. So he doesn't have the, Samson's got that crazy density from the side. So, but from the front, Regan has the shape and he's got, so I think he will mix things up, and I think he's going to end up beating a bigger name this year that's not expecting to lose to him.
So he's going against Nick, right?
Yeah. I don't know who else is doing it. Yeah, but I'm assuming Nick's and Martin in New York.
So he has a chance against Nick?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You said it, not me.
He has a chance. I mean, it's not because, look, some of Nick's strengths are Regan's strengths. And some of the shots that Nick has, like the front double, like Regan's front double's crazy. Regan's front lat spread. He's got as much width as anyone in the industry. And once he has that size on, now he can stand next to him. Is there certain shots that Nick would beat Regan? Of course. But there's certain shots that Regan's going to beat him. So it's going to come down to what the judges like, the aesthetic or the freak.
I think we are moving towards aesthetics more.
Yeah. I'll love seeing the battle because it's going to be the same with Martin.
I think that 2025 is going to be off the chart.
Yeah.
I think so. I think more guys are going to be competing.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's going to be much high quality shows in all of them. I might announce Becruz is doing defending his both titles.
Should.
Italy and Dubai. That's a plan. And we're going to hopefully work on getting a visa before that so we don't sweat.
I was going to say this before when we were talking. When you said that grainy, nasty at Hardy, Becruz has it too. In person, when you see it, he is nasty.
Becruz has now enough time off and he's recharged and he really want to make a point.
I believe wholeheartedly, even at the Olympia, he's a first call-out guy. And what I saw in Dubai, he is a first call-out guy, and he's going to circle. Whoever's winning the show, he is going to be circling around that group. Wherever he falls, I don't know.
Super dangerous for everyone.
He's a bigger version of that nasty hottie, just, and we'll see.
Yeah. Anyway.
Anything else?
No, look, we got a lot to cover. Obviously, there's a lot of topics that we'll have on the next one, but we appreciate you coming on today.
Let me give a plug for the T-shirt.
We'll stand up so you can see it a little bit.
What's this?
It's look at that body, huh? This is the last time I beat Ronnie Coleman.
I was going to say, that kind of looks like my midsection.
What is that?
Where can people get it?
That's a lift. It's my good friend Kato lives in Japan. He has. What are you laughing about?
You didn't catch what he said. You didn't say this is me. You said this is the last time I beat Ronnie Coleman.
Yeah.
So
as he established a bit, Jay.
Why don't you have this on your Instagram?
Yeah.
That you have defeated 12 times Mr. Olympias between Jay and Ronnie. I defeated 12 Olympia.
Yeah. I beat Dexter, right? And then Dexter said, "You never beat me." I say, "Yeah, I did on your pro debut. Remember, you beat him too."
So that's another Mr. Olympia.
Yeah. I beat Samir Benler too.
So you've defeated 4 Mr. Olympias. Change your Instagram bio.
Yeah. There, 14 times Mr. Olympia winner. Anyway, yes. So I'm going to probably post this link for this T-shirt because I love it. He made it for me. Just a special edition. So
Post the link for him.
Yeah, just send me the link. We'll put it on the bottom. If you'd like support Milos and his
his
Mr. Olympia defeating Physique.
Because they asked me for my Coliseum shirts and I don't make it anymore and I don't have anything. But if you want it,
what happened to all the flex equipment you had at Coliseum?
Gone.
That's probably a touchy subject.
It's not just flex equipment or gym, but the building and 2 houses.
I love that gym, Milos. I love when the door opened up, and I love that Sean Ray had a front parking spot.
I think they need to have a Las Vegas Coliseum and that picture at the front. What do you think? I mean, there's 900 gyms here already. Might as well add 900.
There's so much. Are you opening a gym too? No. I don't know. I'm not convinced. These two guys always have a secret, so they don't tell me. because I'm
We don't tell you because you'll post it
a
on the internet.
radio station. I can't keep a secret for the life of me.
I send Milos that picture. I'm in shape, and he goes, "I'm putting it online."
I know.
Like,
I didn't
oh,
even
God.
say. I did give you a 17-second warning, but it's not like
He didn't say it was gone. It was already
It's
too
like
late.
it's not like you didn't like it.
And the funny part was, as he posts it, one of the guys in the gym comes over, and is like, "Hey, that's you." I'm like, "What the fuck?"
I had to check like how many views. You know,
Listen,
I probably
I'm a
made
model.
like $5-6 on that picture.
Listen, I'm a model,
Yeah,
professional.
yeah.
It's great to be back. It's great to see you guys. More to come. 2025 is here. Thank you guys for following along. Make sure you comment and check out that link.
Cheers. We didn't talk about. Yeah, I was gonna.